In the next video, I'm going to show you how to utilize the word count report. Now, I know that a lot of people probably won't even use this, but I can't emphasize how important it is. It may not seem important at first, and you probably play around with this and you'd be like, "Oh, what's this garbage? This is useless." But after I explain to you how important it is and how you can benefit from the data that this generates, then I think you'll reconsider and start using it a lot more. So what I got to do is explain the whole concept by using an example, or else it's sort of confusing. So what I have here is a hit count a hot item report, or hot items that I've generated based on the keyword "we" from a different video. And I searched in the completed items, and I just searched a couple pages and I got 22 items here. Now this is not going to be quite enough information for my example, so I'm going to start over again. Let's just try something else here. In fact, I'm not even going to search through keyword. I'm going to do a whole category in eBay, because I don't know what kind of hot items I want to sell. I have no idea. I'm just going to choose some category that I know that has a lot of items, and that is the collectibles. I think that's one of the had the most amount of there. This category here gets tremendous amount of auctions. I'm not sure which one gets the most. I actually can figure that out. I know I'm gonna kind of jump ahead here, but in the tools, category analysis, eBay.com, if I click this button, it gets all of the total number of items per category, and you got the graph here. This one here, 8, corresponds to 8, which is clothes, shoes, and accessories. Interesting. I guess that's the best one. And I thought it was collectibles. Oh no, sorry, I was right. 14. I guess it's you can't see the index. That's the problem. Okay. So what we can do now is look in the collectibles, and we could see which corresponding one is number 14 there, that gets the most decorative category, or collectibles, has the most items. So if we went over to that category and searched that one for the hot items, and we'd get tons and tons of stuff, but I'm not interested in doing that forever there. Let's just click another one. How about this one here? And if you can't see here, you can actually zoom in by going like this with your mouse. We can see that's 39. Let's look down here. 39. Transportation. Let's take a look at that one. Back to hot items. Category. Go down to collectibles here. Yeah, look for transportation. That's 417. Actually, you know what? It's kind of funny. We could have got that from here. This is the category number. 417. 417. We'll do a minimum of 20 bids. Let's go ahead and search completed listings. I only want to return to items that have sold, and we'll search all of the pages. Probably a lot in there. Just wait for the results. There's 1,000 pages in there, so yeah, it might take a while. 41 minutes. That's a little longer than I want to wait for this video here. It hasn't even found an item more than 20 bids on the first 4 pages. Maybe that's not the greatest category to look into. Yeah, maybe we'll scratch that idea. Let's go back to keyword search. Let's search for something. I keep going with "we" because I know it's so popular and there's tons of stuff out there just for example purposes here. So let's try something else. I'm going to type in a word of something else that's pretty hot right now. Webkinz. Like the little stuffed animals for kids. I'm just going to search in the current items for now. For 20 let's go minimum of 10 bids on eBay.com. See what we can find. It's found 80 items that has more than 10 bids. Not bad. So what I want to do, the whole purpose of this video now was to use the word counts. I'm sort of getting carried away here. Sorry about that. Now the word counts, what we could do, I'm just going to go ahead and do it without even explaining it. Get word counts. Now what has it done? Now what's happened here? What's happened? What it's done, inside of all of these auction titles, okay, there's words, obviously. Let me just see if we can see these words a little bit better here. Here we go. You see there's words in all of these here. Now these words are important. Now what the word count tool does, it sort of helps you determine which one of these words or a combination of words in here are really good. Basically, which ones are most valuable, which ones bring the most hits, which ones bring the most bids. These are very important questions and very important things to address when you're listing your own auctions. To understand the importance of the quality of these words is what the word count tool does. Over here, you can see all the words are split up. They're all put into single words here. Every single word that occurred, there's 177 words that have been stripped out from all of these auction titles here in 80 of the hot items. And what's happened here is it tells you how many times that corresponding word has occurred in all of the titles. So this corresponding word, all, which is not really useful, but it's occurred twice. Now let's take a look at, see, another word like Bassett. It occurred 3 times and has a total of 42 bids per word. Now what does that mean? Well, if you actually look for this word Bassett in here, go find Bassett, oops, highlight right here, and you look at the corresponding bids you got 22 bids there, and there should be another, there's another one here. That one got 14 bids. 22 plus 14 plus another 14, I guess, will give you 42. That's how that number was calculated. Basically, everywhere this word occurred in that corresponding title, it takes the corresponding bids, adds them up, tells you how many bids that word's got. So if you sort here, I found that the word Webkins, which is obvious, that got the most amount of bids per word. That tells you that that word is somewhat valuable. But what makes it really valuable is if that actual bids per word was really high, but it didn't occur very often. That means if you had like a word that was in a title but had a lot of bids, then that tells you that word could potentially be very valuable because it had a lot of bids but it didn't occur very many times. And to do that, what you do is you just divide the two numbers. So if you just sort right here, so the idea here is that if the smaller this number, which is the bids divided by the occurrences, the smaller this number, the more valuable this particular word would be. Like look at this word, Yerke. It only occurred once, but it got 10 bids for that corresponding title. That tells you that that word could be potentially valuable. So start looking at these words. For example, this one here, Webkins. Now take a look at that. Look at that word. It's misspelled. It's supposed to be with a Z, and now it's with an S. It only occurred 4 times, but it pulled 42 bids for that word. That is a valuable word. You should use that word in your auction titles if you're selling that particular product. That's how valuable this can be. Now this is just using the data from the hot items. You can actually use the hit count data as well. But first, before we can use the hit count data, as you can see here, use hit count data. If we select that and try to do it, we can't do it because there is no hit count data yet. So we have to generate the hit count data. As I explained in another video, what this does, it goes to all the corresponding auctions in the hot item list, and extracts the total number of hits that actual auction has received on eBay. Now, as we can see here, eBay is reacting extremely slow right now. It looks like it's going to take 10 minutes. Usually it only takes about a minute for this to do that, but that's because it's probably a combination of things. Oh, it's speeding up a little bit here. It could be my internet connection. Maybe my email's checking right now or something. I'm just going to pause the video and let this run through here. Looks like it took about 4 minutes to completely get all the hits there. It's a little bit slower right now, but that's okay. So what we do now is we go back over to the word count and let's use the hits data. So it's the same words, but now it's added another column here, 2 columns actually, hits per word and hits divided by occurrences. So now you can do the same analysis using the hits the same way as we did with the bids. So we can see that Webkinz again got the most number of hits, but occurred 77 times. But looking at these words again, you can see different words are coming up that got only occurred once, but there's a lot of hits for that particular word. There's Webkinz with the S there still. So you can see how important this word count tool can be for trying to basically come up with specific words to put in your auction titles. So this, you can think of this tool as it provides a value. It gives you a value. How valuable are these words in terms of, or in respect to, the number of bids and the number of hits your corresponding auction titles would get. So this is a way to really get the best out of your auction titles for your hot item list. Because I know you can get data from all over the place, even in the tools here, the popular searches, most watched, popular products, and all that stuff. But this here, when you're generating this word count report, this is real time. This is stuff that's happening right now at this moment. You know, this data that's collected for popular searches is popular searches that's occurred over, after the past month sort of thing that's provided by eBay. But this is like up to the date right now. Like, this stuff is really difficult to predict. In fact, it's nearly impossible sometimes to predict how valuable words can be. This tool narrows it down for you and helps shed some light on types of words that you can really use in your auction titles. So use this a lot and utilize these words in your auction titles. And to easily get a save, you can save this as a text file in here. The same as all the other ones here, like saving it, and you can save it all on your computer, and you can get all the data from that as well, and use those words in your auction titles. It actually looks like it's disabled right now. Well, I obviously will fix that before anyone gets a copy of the software. Anyhow, what I'll do is I'll fix this here. It'll take only a few seconds to fix that. But once you click that, it'll look exactly the same as this, and you can save all these different options. What you do is you save it as a text file if you'd like. So if you go ahead and save it as a text file, and then you open up that text file, and you can grab the words in there. To grab a word, the words will be over here in this column. You simply just select the word, right-click, copy, and then you can paste it wherever you want, right, in your auction title. So that's how you would get access to those words. I think I've covered everything I want to talk about with the word count report. Again, send your testimonials and put your website address down here. Leave your comments, maybe a little phone message in your image, and I'll throw you up on my homepage, and you'll get instant traffic to your website. Or guess what? If you have auctions, put your About Me page here, or your eBay, what's it called? It's like a MySpace page on eBay. You put that here too. You can get traffic to your auctions just by sending me a testimonial. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.